Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? Yes, let's go cook with Tiger. I'm here to show you, I told y'all I was cooking pinto beans today, but I was going to cook them like I cook red beans with the ham and the onions, and you brown the onions and the bell pepper, and then you brown the ham a little bit, pretty much like I did the green beans yesterday, and then you add the beans. Well, my beans have been soaking all night long, and I wanted to show you something that I do with it that my sister taught me how to do. Whenever you buy dry beans, it seems like it takes forever to cook, right? Because you got to let them reconstitute, then you got to boil them so that they, get tender, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So I kind of learned this life hack from my sister, and I was talking with her earlier, and they're all reconstituted, so I'm gonna put them in jars so that I can cook them later. Now, she said only fill it to the rim, the bottom rim, to this rim. And then I'm going to add some salt, a little bit of salt. Then I'm going to fill it with water, just to the rim, because we don't want them to overdo. And I'm going to jar them in my Instapot. I know it's a little bit of a different process, but I don't remember if I wiped the ring down. I may need to undo that one, because you want to wipe the ring down so that there's no water on the rim, so that you get a good seal. So I'm just going to take a napkin and do that. Wipe that. I put a splash of salt and fill the water to the rim and seal them. Now I've wiped off of the rim. You saw me just wipe the rim off. So that one is fine. I'm going to go back and I'm going to check this one, because I don't remember if I wiped the rim down, because you don't want the rim to be wet. You want it to be able to seal. So I'm going to do that. And I have a small pot, so I can only do 4 wide mouth jars. And they're pretty much, I've had them soaking since yesterday whenever we were talking about me doing them. So they have reconstituted. So they're not going to grow that much in here. Really and truly, they're just going to get tender. And that way, whenever I want to cook pinto beans or red beans, and I just want to cook a little bit, I don't have to cook a big pot. I don't have to cook 2 pounds. I had a pack of 2 pounds. I don't know where I got that from, but I usually bought a 1 pound. I had the 2 pound, and I knew if I cook 1 pound of beans at a time, that's plenty. But I figured if I cook, I'm not going to cook 2 pounds of beans, because then that would be entirely too much. And yes, I could always put it in the freezer to eat later, but I only have so much freezer space. And when I saw my sister do this, I was like, I can do that. So I'm putting that much salt in it, to help it preserve. Make sure that it seals properly. Fill it to the rim with water. I'm wiping the rim down. You see, I'm still not done. I've got plenty beans here. So, and I don't want to can them all because I want to cook some tonight. So, I need to empty it out of this pot because I want to, I'm going to can the beans in this pot. Now, I'm not a professional canner, but my sister has taught me a few things. And I don't know if you can. You know, lots of people don't can because it's too, they think it's too hard. And that was me. I thought, I can't do that. I ain't doing that. What's wrong with you? You know, well, I guess because the older I'm getting, the more interested I am in doing it. So I'm going to take, this is the inside of the pot. I'm going to rinse it out real quick. And I'm going to put water in it where you want the water to be at least halfway up the jars when I put the jars in it. So I'm just going to put it in there. I've got the wide mouth jar, so I only can fit 4. Now, the water's about this far up from the rim, because you don't want it to go over the rim because you don't want the water to get into the thing and break your seal. And my sister, you know, if you do any canning, you may know this, but if you do any canning, sometimes you get this white frosty look on your jars. And in order to eliminate that, you put a little bit of white vinegar in it, in the water. Just about a capful, by that much. And that's going to stop it from the jars being all white looking. So, got me thinking, you know, we can put some vinegar in our dishwasher and stop our glasses from getting all frosty, right? Sounds right anyway. Okay? And if you use it in Instapot, you want the pressure to build up, so you want to put the vent on. And I love my Instapot now. I was a little weary about it as well because I'm like, I got a crock pot. Why would I want an Instapot? Because it cooks things faster. You can do a multiple array of things with it. I do have an old-time pressure cooker, but I use that to cook gumbo or soups in. Now, I'm going to set this on pressure, on high, and process it for 30 minutes, and then that's it. How easy is that? Are you afraid of jarring, processing things at home? That's a quick and easy way to do. You can do red beans. I've already done some black beans like that. Anything, any dry bean, you know, black beans, red kidney beans, butter beans, and pinto beans. I got pinto beans that someone gave me, so I cook it just like I would be cooking red beans by browning my onions and my bell pepper and in my sausage, but I'm using up ham. So many ways to use that ham up from Thanksgiving. And it's ham that I had cut up and I put, I mean, not from Thanksgiving, from New Year's. Some ham that I had cut up and I put in the freezer. So now I take a few chunks out at a time and use it to cook with. So that's what I'll be doing later on, but I have to brown my onions. I don't have them chopped up. I don't know that y'all want me to chop that up on the screen, but that's how simple it is. I know you might be saying, man, that's simple. Why didn't I think of that? I said the same thing. You know, my sister's like, you can do this. And once I got an Instapot and read all the directions and saw how easy it was that I could actually can some products, you know, do some jarring, home jarring myself, I was like, yes. I've done several things, but I still phone my sister and say, hey, how do I do this? How long do I do this? What do you do this? Hey, Delinda, sorry, I couldn't see. I've got this way up there so that you can have a view of everything that I'm doing on the counter, which I didn't do much today, but I didn't know where to put the camera. But that is how you can do, I can remember my taunt is aunt in French. My taunt anime, she used to boil her white beans. Boil them. And then she'd put them up in individual packets for what she wanted to cook whenever she was ready to cook, so she could cook it fresh, but she'd put it in the freezer. So this is a easy way that you don't have all kinds of crazy preservatives in your vegetables, in your beans, that you soak them overnight. I mean, I put them to soak about this time yesterday, so they've been soaking for 24 hours, which that was a bit much. You don't have to let them soak that long. But, you know, put them to soak in the morning, take them on, put them to soak at night, cook them in the morning, or put them to soak in the morning and cook them at night, right? So that was just a little something that I really was like, oh, wow. Because, you know, you don't want to eat the carrots that are in the can. Buy the fresh carrots, or if you grow carrots in your garden, you know, you do the same thing. If you don't grow carrots and you don't want to grow carrots and you don't have a garden like I don't have, that's all you got to do is go to the store, buy a few pounds of carrots, come home, peel them, chop them up, put them in jars, process them, and guess what? You got your own canned vegetables without all of the preservatives and the bad stuff that goes into it. Like I said, I got some black beans down in the cabinet, do some red beans. I've got pinto beans. That's what I'm doing today. So you soak them, then you jar them. You put the water to the bottom rim, not to the top, to the bottom rim, you know, before you put the jar. I put that much salt, a little bit of salt in it, and fill the water to the beans, cover them, 30 minutes in the Instapot, and guess what? Done. Whenever I'm ready to cook pinto beans, I'm not going to have to cook them for hours, because you see, these are going to probably take a while to cook. But I'm thinking that maybe I'll brown the onions and the bell peppers and the ham here, and then I'll put it back in that pot after that goes off in 30 minutes. So just a little bitty life hack. You know, I learned it from my sister. What made her think of that? She probably saw it on Facebook. I don't know. But just wanting to keep some of those little secrets going that I've learned from my family, and she learned from my mother-in-law to do this, because I know we would freeze just about everything. Where my sister, she jars everything, which is, you know, you're canning, you're jarring. So she would do it like that, and just wanting to keep a little bit of this going so that you know, and you know, everybody's got a little bit of a tip to help you to cook better, to do better. We live in this fast-paced world where we, you know, instead of going through drive-through, I highly recommend getting Instapot. Man, 30 minutes, dinner's ready. Let's go. A one pot, one dish, whatever it is. Get you an Instapot. No, I'm not being paid by Instapot, but I just want to share that little secret with you. I hope y'all got value out of this. I'm going to go ahead and post this to my YouTube channel, where I have some other recipes that I keep on posting there. So don't forget, I'm going to put the link for the video here. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And if there's something that you want to see me cook, shoot me a message. Let me know. What is it that you want to see how I cook it? We all cook different. So, yes, I'm Cajun, born and raised in South Louisiana, below New Orleans. Yes, there's land below New Orleans. Way down south, deep south, where Cajun cooking takes place. Not Creole cooking, but we all cook differently. So, don't say, well, that ain't how my grandma cooked it. Well, that ain't how my mama cooked it. Well, that's the sweet thing about being Cajun. You cook it to the way that you like it. You take a recipe, you alter it. That's how we did in the bakery as well. We had, our cakes they were homemade, yes. But the secret to our fillings was some of the fillings, not all of the fillings. Like, you know, we would take one brand and another brand and we'd mix them together. And we'd take a pot of homemade, say, lemon made from scratch, and we'd have equal parts of homemade and equal parts of store-made, and we'd mix it together where it gave it that unique flavor, that unique taste that you couldn't get anywhere else, because everybody was either making it totally from scratch and it was coming out of the cake because it was too thin, or they were using it straight out of the pail from, you know, another processing plant that made fillings for us. But we took half and half in just about everything that we did, and we made it our own. And that's what's important when you're cooking, is to take what you like, you take a recipe, you use it as a guideline, and you put your little flair into it. That way, you make it yours. Semi-homemade, right? Y'all have an amazing day. And like I said, don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'm going to be updating and putting videos there. And the ingredients of what I do is what I put in the description. I don't put anything here. I'll just answer you back. I just put what I'm cooking. And the ingredients and everything can be found on my YouTube channel. But as soon as I post this video, I'll put it up in the comment section. Well, no, I'll put it in the edit the message on top, and put the link there so that you can go straight there and see exactly what I did. Y'all have an amazing evening. It is Saturday evening, and I don't know if you're a football fan. They got some playoffs going on right now, and I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for joining me.